What's up, guys? So it is October 27th. I had a trout fishing trip this morning. Started out really slow, but ended up catching a limit of fish and then some more. I think we caught about 20-25 trout this morning. Had a good time. We caught some nice ones. A lot of them were in that like 17-18 inch range, and I think we had a few over 20, but it's so nice. We were fishing the falling tide this morning. It's dead low tide right now. I'm gonna go see if I can't make a little video for y'all. It's been a while. I'm gonna go try to sight fish some redfish, and I will see y'all in a second. Here's my intro.
Hit it. Nice fish.
All right, so y'all probably already know what I'm fishing, but the diesel minnow on a Texas eye is pretty much my go-to when sight fishing redfish. I like that red bone color a lot. I like natural colors, but the fish have been so aggressive lately that the white has been great, and I feel like they can definitely see that from further away. So I've been throwing a lot of white, but kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to sight fishing redfish on a spinning rod. I just stick with this diesel minnow. Big old stingray right there, big old mud. I just stick with the diesel minnow and Texas eye. It just works incredibly well. I mean, redfish are opportunistic. They're gonna eat a lot of things, but this is super weedless, but you can still expose the hook really well when the fish eats. You get a lot of articulation. I've talked to you on some other videos about the noise that this actually makes underwater from this hook on this D-ring. It articulates and it kind of clicks and makes a shrimp noise. So I can actually already see on the far bank over here redfish blowing bait up. So we might be able to get a few fish in here. Y'all stay tuned. All right, I got a redfish. Right here that just stuck his tail out a little bit. Moving left to right. Come on, eat it. Swing right past it. Right here. Might have to change the color here. Got him. Ate it that time. Oh, he spit it. Son of a gun. I said they can see the white, but I put that in front of him 2 times. He didn't eat it. I had to put it right on his freaking nose. Dang it. It's all about the bite anyways. All about the bite anyways. Let's keep looking. There's another one pushing right down here. So one thing I've learned, it doesn't always play a factor, but sometimes when you're close to these fish and you change the speed of your trolling motor or cut the trolling motor off, it'll spook them. And it won't always spook them to where they run off, but it just kind of, they pick up on the fact that something's off. That fish, both casts before the one that he ate, it was a foot, maybe a foot and a half in front of his face, and he didn't eat it. So sometimes you really got to put this bait in front of the redfish to get him to eat it. But he actually tailed just before I had the camera on. His whole tail came out of the water right there. It's always cool to see him tailing at low tide. Let's see if we can find another one. There's usually one on this little creek mouth up here, so we're gonna see. Got a weight pushing up here. There's a fish on the bottom right there, speaking on the trolling motor. See if I can still get him to eat. He slowed down a little bit. Behind him. Guy's moving fast. I'm running the trolling motor at 3.5, which now feels like it's too fast because it spooked those fish from pretty far away. Another fish pushing out in front of us. There's a lot of fish in here right now. I just learned my own lesson I teach all the time. I threw at something that might have been a fish, and right when I did, one came right across the bow that I could have caught. So when you're sight fishing, wait until you really have a good shot to make that cast, especially when you're in the fish. I would have 100% had that fish there. The faster that fish is swimming, the more you need to lead it to. Give yourself some time to let him get there. Well, just doing a little blind casting here. And just got smashed by a redfish. Sorry I wasn't recording. I was just kind of blind casting as I was coming through this deep water. Oh, black drum. Black drum on a dang jig. Doesn't happen every day. Everything eats the diesel minnow on the Texas eye. Blind casting on the diesel minnow. I actually had another bite right before that, so I should have had the dang camera going. Let's see if we can do it again. Here's one right here. Oh my gosh, he ate it right under the bow. I pulled it away too soon. Saw him eat it, didn't wait to freaking feel it. He ate it 5 feet from the boat. Dang it. I hope y'all can see that on the GoPro. This is not my day. They are not keying in on this bait very well. Ooh, one just blew up back there. There's one. God, they're freaking spooking on this. All right, that's totally enough. I'm taking the white off. They're not liking the white. I've had too many fish just not react to the white. Take a while to eat it and spook on it, so. That tells me everything I need to know. I had that cast perfectly in front of that redfish and he saw the white bait and spooked on it. I got a fish right here on the edge of this bank. Got him. That was a sick heat. That was a really sick heat. Oh, that was sick. That was such a sick eat. I mean, just floating right down the edge of that sandbar. Coming straight at me, which is such a hard angle, so I threw it across behind him, kind of slid it over him, let it drop right in front of his face, and he crushed it. That was amazing. Finally, after blowing so many good opportunities. The pictures on Instagram, oh my gosh. Well, that's all you need. Like I said, it's not my day. Who needs a picture anyways? What I was gonna say is the pictures on Instagram, don't show it when you blow it, but the videos do. So don't make fun of me too much for today. It's not my day. I was feeling that way this morning about the trout too. Man, I could not find the trout for the first half of the trip. We caught them really good the second half, but for the first 2 hours, we had one bite. It's just staying with it, not getting beat down. And I could care less if I lose a fish like that. For me, the sight fishing of the redfish, it is all about making the correct cast and getting the bite. I mean, the fact that he stayed wet and came off at the boat's fine with me. With clients, obviously I want them to be able to, you know, get a picture of the fish and hold the fish, but I'm happy with that. If I get the bite, I'm happy. But that is the second one I pulled off today. My hook looks fine. I guess it's my hook set. I mean, he was just floating right down the edge of the sandbar. He was kind of up near the surface, the water column. I mean, it's only 12 inches deep right there, but that was a good fish though. He was probably 28. There's another one. Oh, on a blind cast. Oh, freaking blind cast. I was just putting it up near those oyster bars because they like to hang there. Let's see if I can keep this one hooked. Let's see if I can keep this one hooked. Oh my gosh, look at all the wakes up here. There's a ton of fish in here. Come on, buddy. Let me just pull you out of the water for a second. Let me just pull you out of the water for a second. There's a pretty redfish. Oh my gosh, stop splashing me. There he is. Boom. That darker color, I mean, I just changed. I've moved about 15 feet since I changed colors. And both the fish I sight fished to and this fish just reacted so much better to this Bloody Mary, this darker color. Redfish, a lot of times don't care too much about color, but when they do, you better pay attention to it because it'll definitely help you out. Sorry if this camera angle is a little wonky. Pretty little redfish. Let's let you go. There he goes. He was ready. All right. Let's see if we can get another one. That was sweet. I was trying to play it cool, but getting a little frustrated with myself for some blown opportunities. Like I said, you know, if you lose a fish at the boat when you're sight fishing, it sucks, but it's all about the bite. It's all about making the right cast, the right presentation, knowing the lure you need to be throwing, and getting the outcome that you want. And holding the fish and being able to see them on the boats, you know, it's great, but if you get the bite and you hook the fish, I mean, that's all you really need when sight fishing if you're not trying to keep fish, not trying to fish for the pictures. So I'm gonna stick in here a little bit longer. I've been fishing since I started the intro about an hour. I got some stuff to get done at the house. I'm gonna see if I can get 1 or 2 more fish for y'all. Hopefully sight fished, and then we'll be getting out of here. So stay tuned. I'm gonna put you back on my chest. There's that school. Oh, on the retrieve. God, that was sick. That was so sick. I was reeling that in to recast. Look at all the fish waking away over here. He just came up and crushed it. About pulled the rod out of my hand. Fish pushing all over the place. Golly, I had no clue there was this many fish in here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Pretty fish. I don't want to get off the bow because my trolling motor will start freaking out. I got it set so shallow. Look at that redfish though. Probably upper 20s. Nice blue tail. Switch to that darker color. And they are crushing it. So let you go, buddy. Come here. All right, well that's fun. I was literally reeling it in because the school was moving down this edge right here. As fast, not as fast as I could, but pretty darn quick. And that fish crushed it. I mean, the bait was up near the surface. It was pretty much a topwater eat. I got a fish tailing in the back of this little pocket back here. He just had his whole tail out of the water. Super, super shallow. I'm gonna see if we can catch him. Just spook some to the left. All right, stick with me. He's in here somewhere. Probably gonna show up way closer to the boat than I want him to. Where did you go? Oh, you were right here. Oh, here he is. Still sitting right there. God, freaking spooked on it. There he is. Had it 5 inches out in front of his face and he's still spooked on it. is. Oh, that was sweet. I saw mud in there. Couldn't see those fish, but I just saw them mudding in that pocket. Come here. Come here. Guy hammered it. Couldn't see the actual bodies, but I saw the muds popping up in that pocket. Pitched in there, twitch, twitch, twitch. And he crushed it. Good size class in here. Come on, there we go. Fish. There we go, that's how you release them. All right, guys, well, that is it. Wrapping it up. Ended up fishing for about an hour and a half, and had a decent number of redfish up shallow. It wasn't crazy, but probably had a dozen shots, maybe 15 shots at fish. I think we hooked 5 fish, got a couple to the boat, lost some fish while fighting them, and pulled the freaking bait out of a few fishes. Well, one fish's mouth that ate it about 5 feet from the boat. So that was my most frustrating moment of the day. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all learned a little something. I always try to make these as educational as I can. Hopefully I'll have some more time as fall progresses to create some more of these fishing videos for y'all again. It's been such a busy summer, which has been such a blessing. But I hate not being able to make y'all constant videos. I'd love to do a fishing video a week, and I think eventually I'd like to take a day off each week and make videos, but not to that point yet. Hopefully soon. But if you did enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button. That helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. If you got any questions or comments, you can hit me up here on YouTube. Try to answer all those questions, or you can go on Instagram or Facebook. Be sure to go check out Eastern Current Fishing on Facebook and Judd Brock Fishing on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.